Not water. Not animals. But the very dust beneath their feet betrayed them. And there was nowhere to run. Egypt is still recovering. The frogs are gone, but so is the laughter. The palace smells of decay. Servants scrub marble floors, but the memory of chaos lingers. Pharaoh sits on his throne, pretending he still rules. Moses stands before him again. No staff raised. No thunder. No warning. And that should have terrified Pharaoh more than any miracle. Have you ever noticed how the most dangerous moments are the quiet ones? The air grows heavy. The ground, ordinary, harmless, familiar, lies waiting. God doesn't negotiate this time. Moses lifts his staff. Aaron strikes the dust. Not water. Not animals. Dust. And the dust moves. Tiny. Countless. Gnats. Lice. Crawling into skin, hair, eyes, mouths. The soil of Egypt comes alive, as if the land itself rejects its masters. What do you do when even the ground turns against you? Children scream. Soldiers drop weapons. Priests claw at their robes. No border stops it. No wall blocks it. No wealth shields Pharaoh from it. This plague is not random. In Egyptian belief, dust was sacred, the source of life, order, creation. To control dust was to imitate the gods. But now, dust mocks them. The gods of Egypt are silent. The priests can't cleanse themselves. They are unclean, publicly shamed. If your beliefs failed you today, what would you cling to tomorrow? This plague attacks dignity, not just bodies. The court magicians step forward. They try. They whisper chants. They mimic gestures. Nothing happens. For the first time, they step back in fear. And they say words that shake the palace more than thunder. This is the finger of God. Let that line sink in. Not Moses' power. Not magic. God's finger. If even your enemies admitted God's power, would you still resist him? Pharaoh hears it. And ignores it. He scratches his skin. His crown itches. But his pride itches worse. He refuses again. Why do people cling to power even while they're losing everything? Because surrender costs the ego more than suffering ever could. And Egypt pays the price. Farmers abandon fields. Merchants abandon stalls. Families lock doors, but the insects slip through. Infants cry. Old men weep. The plague does not kill. But sometimes suffering that doesn't kill feels worse. Have you ever asked, why am I suffering because of someone else's decisions? Israel watches. And realizes something terrifying. Pharaoh isn't just stubborn. He is dangerous. Moses watches Egypt suffer. This man who once lived in the palace, now brings judgment to it. His heart is not celebratory, it is heavy. Because leadership means carrying guilt even when you obey God. Could you obey God if it meant being misunderstood by everyone? Moses does not celebrate. He waits. This plague reveals something chilling. God is escalating, but with precision. Not destruction yet. Not death yet. Mercy is still knocking. How many warnings does God give before judgment becomes unavoidable? Pharaoh has time. And wastes it. The lice stop. But the message remains. God has crossed from signs, into humiliation. Egypt's gods are exposed. Their culture shaken. Their king divided. And something changes in the spiritual atmosphere. Can you feel when a situation is reaching a breaking point? The next plague will not be like the others. Whispers spread. If dust can turn alive, what else can God command? Wind, fire, time, death. The people fear what Pharaoh refuses to fear. When leaders ignore truth, how far does the damage spread? Farther than anyone expects. This plague isn't just ancient history. It asks you a question. What are you standing on, believing it's stable, when God could shake it at any moment? Careers, relationships, pride, sin. Dust always looks harmless, until it moves. And if this story is making you think, if it's stirring questions, faith, or fear inside you, you are not here by accident. Subscribe, because this journey has only begun. Like, because truth deserves support. Comment, because your voice matters in this story. Do you think Pharaoh still has a chance to repent? Or has he already gone too far? I read every comment. The dust settles. But God is not finished. Next time, God draws a line between Egypt and Israel. And for the first time, some are spared, and some are not. What happens when judgment finally chooses sides?